Absolutely. A terrible, terrible Prime Minister, I think,
home too. Why didn't you take photos? Now we go
to this charity gala event with the cause. It's a very special day in the calendar of the Nepalese Doctors Association UK. We do this charity event once a year, and we do it from the bottom of our heart. 84 by our senior doctors. Basically, they did it because they missed home. Their children were going astray. And they thought, why don't we get a good gathering once a year so they get to know each other. I think in my way it was a platform, it's a modern day Tinder. Quite a number of marriages happened later on. Now, it's a socio-professional organization and it's a completely voluntary organization and it survived because of the help of all the people like you. And I would really like to welcome you all from the bottom of my heart. The credit goes to my previous chairman, Dr. Bina Subba. We managed to finally register ourselves as a charity organization. We raise our money through different routes and we managed to portray us through different routes as well. We've got our own website, Facebook, and we are trending with the modern trends. We've got a YouTube, we are part of the Twitter as well, and most importantly, we are also part of the My Donate website, which you all very well know of. Apart from this charity event, what do we do? In our program, broadly speaking, we have these following events. We have an AGM every year, last weekend of July. We go to different parts of the country. This year, it is scheduled for in Warrington. Because it's the last weekend of July, I always request my colleagues in the department to give me time off during that week. I'm sure they will let me go this year as well. In that charity, on that day, we also have a scientific session. And good thing is, it's CME approved. Thank you to the credit of our General Secretary. We do a Careers Day. This Careers Day is very important for both the junior doctors and doctors who are middle grade. It's not confined only to Nepalese doctors. It's basically open to almost all the doctors who have come to this country for the first time. It's a sort of a bridging course. Basically, the junior doctors, we help them to see how they can adapt to the modern way of NHS. And also, for the first time this year, we are doing a course for middle grade doctors, what to expect and how to get a consultant job. What we believe is, as an immigrant who has come for the first time in this country, they will find it a bit daunting. They are not used to the system. We are not providing them with anything new, but we are trying to help them streamline their pathway. And it has been very well successfully approved, and even doctors who were studying in the Eastern Europe, they participated last year. And it's virtually free. Next thing we did, again, we have managed to do it successfully for more than 2 years, is health education and awareness program. Thank you to our Excellency. We have managed it very well in coordination with our nursing colleagues We've got a nursing association in the United Kingdom as well. They have also participated here in table number 10. And with their contribution, we do this program. This is basically a one-day event where we do in different parts of the country where the Nepalese diaspora population is high, and it's especially targeted for senior citizens who have come to Nepal. They are the parents of Gurkha soldiers mostly, because they don't know how the NHS works. They have absolutely no idea also even to dial 999. We tell them the basics of, if you have a problem, what do you do? But during that occasion, we gave them a small talks about blood pressure, diabetes, things like that. I'm extremely grateful to my India UK executive and other members in helping to materialize and conceptualize. We did recently 1-8 courses. Another one is members' contribution to knowledge and skill transfers. Every year, our members, they go to Nepal and they do different courses, they do conferences, and it's an ongoing process. And I'm extremely grateful to my colleagues once again. And this has been important to impart the knowledge from this part of the world there, and also we, at the same time, learn to share our knowledge. Now, we are a charity organization. We did help, we've got a long history. We are not a big organization, but whenever the occasion and the need arises, we do help. We were quite supportive in terms of when the earthquake happened. Our General Secretary, he himself physically went, and our embassy also supported many junior doctors, including dental team, to go to remote parts of Nepal. We could not do much in terms of the global scale of the disaster it happened, but at least we could show the presence, and where it was needed, we could provide some help. Like for example, we were able to build a few schools. This is just one example of a school we helped to build, which was destructed by the earthquake. Nepal. It is one of the steepest countries in the world. It's a beautiful country full of Himalayas. 8 of the highest peaks, above 8,000 meters, is in our country. But to be honest, China has more. China has 9. But to be honest, Nepal has probably more confined within its border. China has mostly because it has bordered Nepal, it has bordered China, it has bordered Pakistan. None of the countries say no to it. They basically take the other half. So, to get the record book straight, China has more. They have 9. Like for example, they have had a share of Kanchenjunga, they have a share of bit of a K2 as well. And Everest, with due respect, our previous monarch, he managed to keep it with us. And it reminds me still how diplomatic it was. At that time, it was a real controversy whether Everest will ever remain with our country or not. It was such a challenge 50 years ago. And he tactfully handled what was of Nepal is of Nepal. That is, the northern face is of China, southern face is of Nepal. And we need to be diplomatically correct. Small countries need a big punch, but we managed to retain. Nepal, full of, I would like to request you all to visit the country, then you will see the ground reality. And here, I would like to thank our nursing association. It was their concept first, and I do not want to take credit for that. They said, let's help in the birthing center, and rightfully they chose the most remote part of Nepal called Jumla. They helped to establish a birthing center there. We just followed their footsteps. Nepal has 7 provinces, and we said we'll try to help in the remaining 6. Last year, with due respect, our ambassador was, again, he was so gracious to help raise some funds in Milton Keynes. With the help of the funds we raised from there, we managed to help in 2 separate centers. One is in Province 3, in a place called Dhadi. We bought different equipments, like instruments, blood pressure machines, autoclaving stuff, beds. We even helped to build toilets there, refrigerators. And what we realized was electricity was a problem. Like in summer, there is no fan for the newborn babies. And in winter, there is no heater. You can imagine, and squatting toilets. These are difficult for patients who have just recovered from labor. So we help put solar labor, solar charges, so they have a 24 hours electricity. It's a small gesture, but it's helpful in the remote part of the country. It's about 5 hours of walk from the nearest any sort of road that you go. Then, this is Nepal, 7 provinces. Then we also did another one in Province 2. The reason we chose Province 2 is it's the southern part of Nepal, one of the most populous part, and believe me, we have had 7 health ministers from that area. I'm not going to say anything more, but we did support 7.
And present health minister.
And the present health minister. Okay? But we did support that. So in summary, we have done here, the nursing team, they have done here, we have few more to go, and I'm sure you will help us materialize this dream. Now, going back, I would like to apologize to you all that our renowned singer Deep Sister, he could not make it today. He could not make it today because his flights were booked in Jet Airways, and you all know it went bust. I could not find an alternative, and I can only apologize to you humbly. They just could not come because in spite of this having a visa. But I have, when they come, if they come, I'm sure I'll negotiate some discount for all of you here today. No promises, but I'll try. At the same time, the youngest Olympic swimmer, Gaurika Kesi, she was also supposed to come, but her flight was diverted. Sorry, Gaurika Singh. She's participating in games in Nepal at the moment, and she has already won 12 gold medals, and I know she has already broken 4 records. Now that is for those who could not come, but at the same time, you are here. That's the most important thing, and all the support. And I would like to say, I know she didn't want me to say, I've got a young girl here called Perlin. Would you mind getting up? I know, but this is an occasion. This is yours. Now, Perlin, she's only 15, and believe it or not, she's in the Team GB air rifle shooting. I would like to apologize to you for that, but it's important for me to make sure you get connected to our Colonel Yamrana. Now, Colonel Yamrana, he is the finest marksman ever in Britain. You wouldn't know him. He's Colonel, and he is the marksman, and I'm told he can shoot straight 2 miles down the road. Now, I would like to just hold here. I would certainly like to welcome you, almost all of you I've said many times. I would like to specifically welcome, all the way from Nepal, Mr. Arun Sester and Josna Sester. Mr. Arun Sester, he was the Executive Director of National Dairy Development Board, and he helped to chair the sessions at that time when we had a white revolution. We more or less became independent in milk production. Many people don't know that. And I'm really thankful to you. Next is Josna Sester. She is a senior consultant medical microbiologist, currently working in Beer Hospital. And during those 10 years, I don't think there were any E. coli identified. I would certainly like to take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Raghav Dital. He is an OBE. It's an honor to have you here. He's been a well-wisher of our organization. How can I forget our ex-minister Vijay Tevi and Meena Subha? They've always been honest. I would certainly like to thank our past chairman, Dr. Bharat Shrestha, to be here, General Secretary Prem Homal to be here, and others. I am certainly thankful here, our treasurer, who is very, very important to make sure I get the money down. I don't know which table he's at. It's important to quote him here because he runs another charity called Smile UK, and he goes to remote parts of the Nepal on his own. And good thing about it is he's a very good team builder, and he's taking quite a number of team members from here to Norway to do a walking to raise the fund. And I'm really thankful to you. I wish you all the best. I cannot not thank Mr. Mahanta Shrestha. He has been a supporter of Indian movement all the time. He is one of the entrepreneurs here who has established Nepalese beer in the British market. He runs an extremely popular boutique hotel in Tamil called M Hotel. He ran the first popular mainstream restaurant in London called Monty's Restaurant. And he's been recently appointed Vice President of British Nepal Medical Foundation. Sorry, British Nepal. And he was the founding member of NRM. Next is, many people don't know, we have got Mr. Khagendra Nepali. He was the BBC representative who played a crucial role in propagating, communicating when there was nascent democracy in Nepal. Please. I cannot not welcome all my scrub nurses from the hospital. I think so many. There, in the corner there, and thank you for coming. And of course, my University Hospital Coventry team members, anesthetist teams are here. My department clinical lead, Mr. Amar Saxena. And remember, he was the chairman of the European Association of Neurosurgical Trainees, and he is a keen educator. He's here. I would also like to thank you, welcome Mr. Ronin Dargis. He's on call. I'm sure he's going to take a call. Oh no, he's there, see? He's taking his call. In spite of him being on call, he's here. Okay? Now, important thing is, he's one of the main examiners in the United Kingdom for neurosurgery. Our dream is to be able to host an international neurosurgery exit exams in Nepal. I will come to our ambassador when I meet there. And he is most important, he doesn't even know what we're talking about. I don't think I would like to go into greater details here. Please, my apology if I have missed any of you. You're all most welcome. Now, just a few things. I know I talk a lot when I have the mic. This is the problem. Just a bit of a thing I want you all to have when you leave the room. You see, this is Kashmir's pyramid. It's in the Sudirman range. It's the Australian continent, the highest mountain. There. Next, this is Mount Vinson, Antarctic, highest mountain in that continent. The highest mountain in Europe is Elbrus. It's in the Caucasus range. Kilimanjaro, which I would love to go. It's a dormant volcano. Another one in Africa, the highest. Denali, also known as Mount McKinley. Third most isolated prominent peak in Alaska. Aconcagua, South America, the highest peak. Everest. It's in the range called Mahalangu. It's in Nepal. Okay? Now, what is the common factor amongst these seven? And the common factor is this. The seven highest peaks, just see the range and the locations. How many of us have climbed even one here? But we have such an individual who has climbed all seven only in 1 month. And I would like to welcome Professor Christopher. He's my mentor in the hospital, outside the hospital, in my professional career. He has bailed me out on numerous occasions when I ran into trouble, not just me, even my other colleagues in neurosurgery. We work extremely closely. He is the head of research in our hospital, in the whole trust as well. And he's a world expert on frostbite. He gets many calls from different parts of the world for patients who have suffered from frostbite. He is a patron of adventure medical. He has written one of the best known books, which has won the PMJ award as well. He has probably one of the highest ever recorded blood arterial gases in the world. And I'm really thankful you're here. But I want to apologize today. I haven't given the podium, I just want you to enjoy tonight. Next, amongst us is an amazing personality. He's a singer, musician, producer, social activist. One of the he's got the highest selling Nepali rock. Highest selling. He's a gemologist, but more important, he's a gem of a person. And he's my friend. He's a philanthropist. He was a football player and a black belt in Dandiga. Most important, okay? He is an epitome of anti-bullying in my view. He was such a keen person in music. He was bullied in the school. He was from my school. He was bullied from my school. He had to run away to Darjeeling because of that. But at the end of the day, improved himself. And such a personality is important in this modern day to say, don't let bullying catch you. So people say whatever things they want. I recognize him for being a personality against bullying. That's important. And I'm really grateful to him for being here. He's one of the biggest philanthropists in my country. I would not hesitate to say that. He's probably one of the biggest philanthropists here in the UK as a non-UK person. I'm 100% sure. I wouldn't say 100. I would say 99.99% sure. He has given for charities more than $500,000. I will give him 100% when he helped me achieve today. We all know him as Yogi Dai. When he plays the vocal, it goes out of the scale. Now, we have amongst us MP since 1976. Imagine how many years we are talking about. He won the by-election, continuous MP. Even in the last election, he took more than 54% of the vote from this region. He is the former Paymaster General. And the most important from the medical perspective, he got it through from the House of Parliament, a private member's bill on organ transplant. And because of that, throughout the country, the transplant rate has gone up tremendously. And that's something we can take it back to our country, how it did. That's his credential as a member of Parliament. Apart from that, imagine, chairman of Jaguar Cars in 1970s, owner of New Statesman, founder of a £200 million company, director of Coventry City Football Club, owner of the finest house in Surrey. That I heard. I don't know. He has been invited me there. But to be honest, finest house in Surrey. Okay? And to me, he's been my complete mentor for more than 7 years. And I'm really grateful and thankful to you. And he's a friend of my country. And that's why I wanted to make sure we build new bridges, we link new things here. And I'm really grateful to Mr. Jeffrey Robinson, MP, for being here. He is recently recovering from his funeral. That's him strolling along with his daughter. And I remember him as a person who is the last serving MP in the country who did the national service. That speaks about him. I'm really, really grateful you could make it. I would like to request you all to buy the tickets for the raffles. Girls are there who will sell you the raffle tickets. Please buy. There's one game, Head and Tail. You can only play it if you bought the raffles. And we've got good collection of raffle things. Not to mention the stay in the hotel, the coffee maker, vase, the handcrafted art, specifically for this. And thank you, Sanjay, for the electric toothbrush. It's there. Now, the auction. I am really sorry I had to put the minimum bid price for this. I had to put, because I already received the bids for the Aston Martin Works Experience package. I have received bids more than that. Signed boxing gloves of Amir Khan. I did not go to bed last Thursday. I was hoping he will beat this chap in practice as well. And this was his practicing gloves of that match. I could not believe it. And I would like to thank my colleague for getting me this thing. It was a priceless thing. And I'm really grateful, and I'm sure we will sell it for a good cause. Of course, we specifically received for this occasion only, a football signed by the entire Manchester United Courage squad. I would like to vote for that. And as usual, Mangala Bauju and Yogi, really grateful. I know how much trouble you went through to get that sculpture for us. I know the true value. I know who's going to bid for this. I can tell you that. It's a gold-plated one. It arrived only yesterday and it got delivered today, specifically commissioned for this event. And most important, a commission from Royal Jewelers. Please, please, wait for this. This is called Ardhanareshwar, and it's a Lord Shiva in a dancing posture. Now, I will more or less stop here now. I would like to. I would like to say the floor would be open to our excellent singer, Kamran Khan, who is extremely popular in the West Midlands for his ghazals, and Daju Bhai, which is extremely popular with the young crowd in London. And obviously, I am going to say a few words about our chief guest, our ambassador. He is a diplomat by career. He is a professor. He is a poet in himself. I don't have many words to say about him. He has helped to build many, many organizations in this country. He is a real advocate for the betterment of the relation between the two countries, and his whole sole aim has been how we can help Nepal to enter in the 21st century as a real developed nation. He's been trying his hard. And most importantly, he has really patroned our organization very well. He's Professor Dr. Durgasubedi. He is a poet, and may I take a permission to say that he has been commissioned to translate the poetry of the Irish president.
Yeah.
I have confidence. I would like to welcome you to say it.
Distinguished Chair of the ceremony and President of Nepalese Doctor Association, Dr. Sabin Joshi, Member of Parliament, Right Honorable Geoffrey Robinson, Honorable former Minister of Nepal, Mr. Vijay Prakash Thebe, and a very renowned and respected surgeon of the United Kingdom, and a very good friend of mine also, Professor Dr. Chris Imre, respected Dr. Raghav Dhita, and Vice President of Britain Nepal Society, respected Mr. Mohanta Sreshta, and a very popular, renowned and respected singer of Nepal, Mr. Yogeshwar Amathya. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my honor and pleasure to be present in this very colorful evening. I wish to thank Dr. Sabin Joshi for his cordial invitation. I could not bring my wife because I have guests in the embassy, and guest gastronomy, alcohol and protocol integral part of diplomatic life. I also thank Dr. Sabin Joshi, the President of NDA UK, and his entire executive committee for leading for the unity, solidarity, and welfare of the Nepalese doctors living and working in the United Kingdom. I believe, very sincerely believe that the Nepalese Doctor Association in the United Kingdom is one of the best and well-organized Nepalese organization in the United Kingdom. I highly value and appreciate the works and activities carried out by the Nepalese Doctor Association over the last 34 years. It was established in 1985, and more importantly, the humanitarian assistance offered by the Nepalese Doctor Association during and after the devastating earthquake of 2015. On behalf of the government of Nepal and the Embassy of Nepal and on my own, I would like to express very sincere gratitude and thankfulness to the Nepalese Doctor Association, the current President Dr. Joshi, and through him to all the respected doctors for their very sincere efforts and supports during the hour of grief and difficulties. And in fact, I wanted to touch upon the latest political and economic development of my country, your country, our motherland, Nepal. You know, as you all know, but I don't want to waste the time because it's not the appropriate time. And as President Dr. Joshi mentioned earlier, I'm also very much fond of having microphone because I belong to like Sabin Joshi, I also love to speak. But you all know the political development of Nepal, beginning with the promulgation of the very rights-based, democratic and inclusive constitution, and the whole successful holding of the 3 levels of elections, the local, provincial, and federal level elections, and the formation of a popularly elected government. We have institutionalized the political achievements so far. Now, the present government, which commands 2/3 majority in the parliament, is a very stable government in Nepal. And this government has set the development agenda, the economic development of the country as the priority goal. So this is the appropriate time, not only doctors, not only the engineers, not only the nurses or businessmen or women living in this country, this is the appropriate time to support the efforts and endeavors of the government of Nepal for making prosperous Nepal and happy Nepali. And I'm very pleased to mention that the Nepalese community is a very fast-growing community in this great country. I'm very happy to see and witness that the Nepalese people are gradually integrating into the mainstream society. The combination and confluence of British and Nepalese friends together tonight also, it reflects the gradual integration of Nepalese people into the mainstream society. And more importantly, the gracious presence of Right Honorable Geoffrey Robinson, whom I regard as a very distinguished and a veteran politician of this great country, Great Britain. We have won all elections since 1976, one of the longest serving MPs in the British Parliament. And I wish to mention with very honor the name of Professor Christopher Imre, who has not only climbed the Mount Everest, but he has helped very much Nepalese doctors in the United Kingdom and Nepalese patients in Nepal as well. And I respectfully recall that Professor Dr. Chris Imre, on my request, made a very wonderful, insightful, and interesting presentation in the Embassy of Nepal. It was one of the development conference focusing on the health cooperation, bilateral health cooperation between Nepal and the United Kingdom. So I thank Professor Imre and both Right Honorable Geoffrey Robinson and Professor Dr. Imre. I regard them a very good and great friends of Nepal and the Nepalese people. I thank you. Finally, Professor Dr. Joshi already mentioned about Nepal and about Nepal's Himalayas and mountains, 8, 9, everything he has mentioned. So he could be or should be ambassador in future. So he can describe Nepal more than me. And in fact, I am Tommy ambassador only. You, the people who identifies, introduce, and signs Nepal and the Nepalese people, you are the real ambassador. I am only Tommy, in fact. So, Dr. Sabin Joshi, and through him to all of you, my regard and respect, you are the real ambassador among and beyond the British. Finally, I wish to welcome wish to extend a very warm welcome to respected Arun Shrestha and Jyosna Shrestha, and a very popular, very renowned and respected singer, Mr. Yogeshwar Amatya and Madam Amatya also, on behalf of the Nepalese community. A very warm welcome to you. Last but not least, I wish to share you all that the government of Nepal has recently decided to observe the year 2020 as the Visit Nepal year. On this occasion, I wish to urge and encourage you all to highlight, to publicize Nepal, including the Visit Nepal year campaign, and highlight Nepal as a very safe, secure, beautiful, peaceful, and best value tourist destination of the contemporary world. Having said these few words of greetings, goodwill, and good wishes, I wish the ceremony a great success. I thank you all. Dhanyawad. Namaskar.
तुझसे मिलते वो कुछ मेरा तुझसे मिलते वो कुछ भोपाली है कोशिश करूँगा बुलबुले गुल से गुले बहारों से एक चौदह के तारों से जन्नत से कम एक दिल बाहर से जन्नत से कम एक दिल बाहर पलके उठा कलियों भी हंस खुशबू तुम्हारी जुल्फों की फूलों से तुम बादशाह हो हुस्न जहां हो तुम बादशाह हुस्न जहां हो जन्नत से कम एक दिन हुआ मैथी साहब की बड़ी पॉपुलर गजल अपनों गम दिए को मुझे याद गम दिए को मुझे Actually, this train is too much. Some people are listening, but not everyone. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. लगता है खाना इतना मजेदार नहीं. I think food is not so tasty because you are talking, not eating. एक मैथी हसन साहब की एक और नजर पॉपुलर नजर पेश खिदमत है.
हमको समझ लगे प्यार हमको समझ लगे प्यार हमको समझ
Bari gaon si, pakhe ko chaya
छाती भी पढ़े पाते